Hey, welcome everyone. In this video we will be showing you how to extend your NVR signal by using the built-in repeater function in the IP camera, by using a network switch and also by using a Wi-Fi router. Let's get started, shall we? First we will get the IP cameras connected to the NVR using the Ethernet cable. If you would like to know how to connect IP cameras to an NVR, feel free to watch our previous video. There are also separate repeaters built specifically for extending NVR signal, and the method to set them up is the same as setting up the IP camera repeater. As you can see, we have two IP cameras installed, and we will use one of the cameras as a repeater for which the other IP camera can connect to. A maximum of 3 cameras can be connected in series through the IP camera repeater function. Once you select the client IP camera, the table corrects itself. Clicking on apply will send the command to the IP cameras to connect themselves accordingly. Both IP cameras are now successfully connected in series. The second method is using a network switch. We will power on the switch and connect the devices to its Ethernet ports. This network switch model connects to a modem from port 8. Since we are not using a modem, we will connect the NVR to port 8. The other devices can be connected to the remaining ports. I will remove the Wi-Fi antennas of the IP camera so that it communicates with the NVR solely through the Ethernet connection. After pressing refresh, all the properly connected IP cameras which are supported by the NVR will show up on the list. After scanning is complete, we need to press auto add for those IP cameras to be saved. You could also manually add them if you know the IP addresses of the IP cameras. Press on manual edit and input the IP addresses of the IP camera. You will also need to input the password if you have secured it with one. If not, leave it blank. Remember to press enable before saving the camera. The camera disconnects if the Ethernet cable is unplugged, since it has been set to communicate solely on the Ethernet. Now let's check out how to connect via a Wi-Fi router. The Wi-Fi router which I have only has one Ethernet port, so I am unable to plug both the NVR and the IP camera. I will use the network switch once again to solve this issue, but if your Wi-Fi router has enough ports, then you would not need a network switch. I will connect the Wi-Fi router to port 8 and all other devices to the other ports. Clicking on refresh, we get to see the IP cameras connected to the network. We will save it to the NVR so that we are able to access the IP camera web interface through a computer. We enter the IP camera address to access the web interface. The default password for most IP cameras are blank. By enabling the Adobe Flash Player, we can get the feed from the IP camera. We can change the IP address of the camera and keep DHCP turned off so that the IP address does not change automatically. After saving the settings, we need to enter the new IP address into the browser since the previous IP address is not valid anymore. It is highly recommended that you add a password to your IP camera. After logging in with your new password, we can set the Wi-Fi. Remember to hit save after setting up your Wi-Fi. If you change the IP address or the password of the camera, you need to change it accordingly in the NVR by clicking on Manual Edit. If the settings are correct, the camera will connect successfully. After unplugging the Ethernet cable from the IP camera, the feed will stop temporarily and start up connection via the Wi-Fi router. It can be seen on the network switch as the NVR is communicating with the Wi-Fi router for the camera feed as the Wi-Fi router is connected to the IP camera. We will restart the system to ensure that the devices connect properly even after a power loss. Thank you for watching, and if you like the video, please support the channel by subscribing and giving the video a thumbs up. See you in the next video.